Hello everybody, welcome to this episode of Low Carb in the Leaves. My name's Mary Barson from Real Life Medicine, and this morning I'm a little stressed. I am just a little ragged. I feel slightly frayed, and the reason I feel slightly frayed is that I think last week was a big week. I had quite a lot of extra work to do, and I tackled that by getting up early in the morning and doing my work in the morning so that I'd still have evenings free with my daughter, with my family, which is all well and good, but I actually did it at the expense of my self-care, which is for me it's potentially quite dangerous for my well-being. So I'd normally would get up early in the morning and would do some meditation and some exercise and just have a little bit of time to myself. I might read a book. Sometimes I might watch a little bit of Netflix, or I might journal, but just have a little bit of time for myself. So 20 minutes meditation, 20 minutes exercise, 20 minutes of just me time. Sometimes more. And I didn't do that. Instead, I got up and was straight at my laptop working away. And combine that might have been okay on its own, but there were a few other external stressors that came along last week, things that were well and truly beyond my control. And I reckon that combination was just what did me. So less self-care and a little bit more stress meant that the less self-care meant my resilience was lower. And look, I'm fine. It's not that bad at all. But I do I feel a sort of heaviness on this chest and this fuzziness in my mind and like butterflies in my tummy. That's the technical term, by the way, tummy. And so this week I'm going to make a really concerted effort to get back into that good self-care. And if I have additional work to do, can't do it at the expense of my self-care. And just a poignant time, I guess, to discuss what's going on with me. So as I'm sitting here, I'm a little bit agitated, got that butterfly feeling in my tummy, muscle tension, not feeling particularly good. My sympathetic nervous system is activated. I'm a bit stressed. I also had a few extra stressors this morning as well, but like nothing that is worth writing home about, but just small little things that added up. So right now, my autonomic nervous system is quite, we could say, sympathetic dominant. So our autonomic nervous system is this part of our central nervous system, the brain and the spinal cord, that controls all the autonomic processes. Autonomic processes are the things that we don't consciously think about, and they're incredibly important, like breathing, heart rate, digestion. Interestingly, breathing can be under conscious control as well, but it's also under autonomic control. So if we don't think about our breathing, we don't actually fall over and die. Our autonomic nervous system will take over the function of making sure that we breathe. So, one branch of our autonomic nervous system is the sympathetic nervous system, which causes the body to release stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline and puts us into this fight or flight mode, which is really useful when you're a caveman being chased by a saber-toothed tiger. Not so helpful when you're a GP just trying to drop off your daughter on time before going to work. It's really not very helpful then. So I'm getting super stressed, trying to get my daughter to school on time, and my heart rate is going fast. Blood is being pulled away from my gut because digestion is not an absolutely essential function for immediate survival. So the body will pull resources away from digestion to fuel my muscles so that I'm ready to fight off the bear, but there's no bear to fight off. I'm just running late for school drop-off. And other things will happen. Interesting things. My pupils will dilate so that I can see more clearly. Interestingly also, it's kind of funny, my hair will stand up on end, but I've got very fine sort of hair on my body, so you can't really tell. But if I was like a a hairy mammal, as indeed we all were way back in our ancestral past, I'd look a bit bigger and scarier. So in the modern world, this fight or flight system is activated when we're rushing around. It's activated when we're having a hard time at work. It's activated because of relationship stress, financial stress, because of, running late for school drop-off. And interestingly, this response can be managed, and this is what I wasn't doing particularly well last week. We can manage our stress response by turning on another branch of our nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system, or the rest and digest. So this is the parasympathetic nervous system, and we can actively turn it on with active relaxation. And this is good for us because for lots of reasons. One of the more unwanted side effects of elevated cortisol is it causes us to gain weight because it stimulates insulin and stimulates our hunger. It's not cool. So I am going to activate my parasympathetic nervous system right now, and you guys are welcome to join me if you wish. This is a wonderful little 30-second technique. You can be a few minutes is probably better. My daughter taught it to me. It's called box breathing. So the breath under both conscious control and autonomic control really is our natural tranquilizer. When we breathe out longer than we breathe in, we stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. It's quite fascinating. And so by simply breathing out nice and slowly in a controlled way, we can change our autonomic nervous system output. So a nice way to do this is box breathing. Has to be a bit. So we'll pull this out a little bit. So you breathe in up the box like this. And then you breathe out along the box a little bit longer. And then you breathe up going down the box. And then you breathe out again going along the other side. So just imagine this square in your mind, and I'm doing this really little bit. You sort of imagine it nice and big. In, out, in, out, in, out. And so it goes. I actually already feel calmer. That's a really easy one that you can do anywhere. You can do it while sitting in traffic. You can do it at work, anywhere at all. All right, guys. See you later. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully feeling a lot calmer and cooler, and I look forward to that. Bye now.